Hi guys, I'm Chantel and this is the Intentional Homeschooling Podcast. Now if you're a little confused, stick around, I'll explain, but this is something I'm really excited about. So if you're watching on the YouTube channel, there is going to be a YouTube channel version of this and a podcast version to try to make this more accessible to more people. We're all busy moms or grandmas or librarians. All sorts of people watch my videos, read my blog, and I just want to make this more easily accessible for more people. Now, if you're new here, I am a former teacher turned homeschooler, and I have fallen in love with homeschooling. I've been homeschooling my kids since my oldest was in first grade. We went the school route, switched over. But one thing that we have loved in our homeschool, one thing that I feel like our homeschool is really kind of based around, is books. I've always been a big reader myself. I have a whole YouTube channel just dedicated to the books that I read. And if you're thinking, can you have another YouTube channel / podcast mainly about books? The answer is yes. Yes, I can, because there are so many books that we read in our homeschool that I do not even share about on that YouTube channel, and I'm excited about this. I see this kind of as the pilot episode / introduction. I'm not really going to be getting into all the things today, but I want to give you an idea of what is to come. So on the podcast / YouTube channel, same thing. I'm going to be talking like 75 to 90% about books, and the other leftover percentage will be general homeschool stuff. If you've been watching the YouTube channel for a while, I feel like it's been maybe more 50-50 homeschool and books, and I'm just missing so many great books that I want to be talking about, and conversations about books and conversations about homeschooling and reading and learning through literature, and I feel like this has just given me like a new vision for this space. So if you like books and you like to homeschool, or even if you don't like books but you need good book suggestions, this is the place for you. Every episode I'm going to be sharing what I'm calling From the Vault, and that is a book that I haven't talked about in a really long time that I feel like maybe hasn't been getting enough time in the spotlight, that I just want to showcase so people can read. So that's going to be coming every time. I'm going to have different topics. Every month I'm going to be having, or every month, maybe sometimes every season, depending, I'm going to be having wrap-ups of the good books that we've read. Not all the books, I just want to share the good ones. This is everything from picture books to nonfiction to middle grade books. There's going to be a variety there. Plus, whenever I share those wrap-ups, I'm going to be sharing my library tally. My library does a wonderful thing on our receipt, and at the end of every visit when we check out books, there is a line that says you saved this much money this time at the library and also this year. And I thought it would be a fun thing to share my yearly tally of the value of books that we take out from the library. So that's going to be coming every time I share a wrap-up or so. And like I said, this is a podcast / YouTube channel. If you want to see book covers, you can come to the YouTube channel and check that out. If you just want to listen via your ears instead of watching, you can listen via the podcast. It doesn't really matter. I will be holding up books so you can see titles, but I will also always have a blog post with the show notes with links to all the books. So you don't have to write lists down. You don't have to take screenshots. I will have you covered there. And I say this is going to be a YouTube channel and a podcast, but I think my priority is going to be the podcast, in the way that if all of a sudden it's really dark, it's in the evening or something, and I feel like I can't film, but I could record, there may be times when the YouTube channel is just the audio as well. I want to allow myself that space to do that so that I don't miss episodes, so that I make sure I show up to the best of my ability and make it work for my life as a busy homeschool mom. We have had seasons in our homeschool where we've been more literature focused and times when we haven't, and I always love the connection of the times when we are more literature focused. So that is kind of my philosophy behind this podcast. I just want more families to read more good books and have those same connections. Now, this podcast is made possible because of my homeschool membership, which has a community forum, mom book clubs, resources, unit studies, all sorts of things for your homeschool. It's currently only $30 for an entire year for the membership, and it is because of those in the membership that I have the time and resources to make this available for you. So if you're interested in joining the membership, the details will be linked below, and I would love to have you there. So my first episode will be coming out this Wednesday. We'll be sharing a reading wrap-up, and by we, I mean probably just me. Sometimes my kids might pop in. They like to every now and then. We're going to be sharing a reading wrap-up, and then every week I'll be sharing a different video/podcast for you. If you have ideas of different or questions regarding learning through literature or reading with kids, leave them in the comments and I might use those for future episodes. So thanks for joining me on this new journey, you guys.